Finding and keeping people to work as guards inside the city's jail has been a struggle. Low pay, difficult working conditions, and low morale are some of the reasons for the constant turnover. But the dismissal of one deputy after less than 4 months on the job is raising even more troubling issues. Investigative reporter Mike Perlstein explains in this exclusive report.
It is a chronic problem at the Orleans Justice Center. The jail is so undermanned, hundreds of inmates have been sent to other lockups halfway across the state.
Increasing staffing is obviously a priority for us, but it's not just about the numbers, it's about the quality of the people that are being brought in.
One person brought into work at the jail this year was Monica Smith. She submitted an application on March 14th. What she didn't say, but what records reveal, is that the day before applying, she had been locked up in the very same jail as a criminal suspect.
And what kind of people are being hired for this job? You know, this is a very important and very serious job.
It wasn't her first arrest, but one of about a dozen. Court records show Smith was taken into custody on municipal charges, including disturbing the peace, battery, criminal damage to property, and multiple missed court appearances. Despite her background, Smith was hired.
When you have, multiple arrests and prosecutions for local offenses in your background, that is a red flag.
Some charges were dismissed, but at least 3 charges led to convictions. In this 2015 case, Smith pleaded guilty to criminal damage after breaking several windows of an apartment. In 2016, she pleaded guilty to disturbing the peace by fighting, and a warrant for missing court in an earlier disturbing the peace conviction led to Smith's arrest just this year. It was after spending a night in jail on that arrest that she filed her application to become a prison guard.
So they spent money training her to be a deputy, only to find out that if they had done and applied their own policies in reviewing her background, she would never have been hired in the first place.
A few months later, in August, Smith's shift at the jail didn't last beyond her lunch break. This police report shows that not long after Smith returned to work, she went from the right side of the prison bars to the wrong side. That's because as soon as she got back, she was booked for domestic abuse battery in a confrontation that police say flared up in the brief time she was away. Officers say Smith, also referred to here as Monica Brown, beat up her husband, then doused him with sheriff's office issued pepper spray. According to this police report, her husband returned fire with another canister of pepper spray, also issued to Smith by the sheriff's office.
It's not just about having bodies in the jail, it matters who those people are and, what their qualifications are for that position.
Emily Washington is an attorney with the MacArthur Justice Center, the nonprofit that represents the city's inmates in a federal consent decree to reverse years of dangerous conditions at the lockup. She believes the high turnover among deputies is creating pressure to hire applicants too quickly, making a bad situation worse. Responding to my questions about Smith and why she was fired, the sheriff's office didn't even mention her on-duty arrest. In an emailed statement, a spokesman said Smith was fired after, quote, a quality assurance check revealed that Ms. Smith had in fact failed a background check.
Not a good sign about their hiring processes, and certainly raises questions about what checks are being done prior to people being hired.
Either the criminal history wasn't reviewed or it was ignored. Either scenario is unacceptable.
Now, I was able to get her local record very quickly and easily. Obviously, the sheriff's office can do that.
So if Channel 4 can get their records, a law enforcement agency can get their records.
We obtained the questionnaire portion of Smith's application. On it, Smith answered yes to a question on whether she had ever been arrested, but she answered no when asked if she had prior convictions or warrants. The sheriff's office declined to explain how that was missed. Mike Perlstein, Eyewitness News.
In Smith's most recent arrest in the fight with her husband, the charges were dismissed in September. Prosecutors say they were forced to drop the case after her husband stopped cooperating. Smith could not be reached for comment.